My manager, he was brilliant. He, I just remember him putting his arm around players all the time and laughing and smiling. So you couldn't really feel upset. Although I was never upset by him because he never left me out. Even to the point where when he first took over as manager, one of the first things he did was come up to me in training and said, "You're my England's number one," and for me that was amazing. And I also know that he did it with Alan Shearer as well, because Alan was going through a bit of a rough patch, not scoring. Did exactly the same with Aaron, and hopefully we produce for not just for Terry but for England. But he was a great guy. Like I say, always with a smile on his face, but tactically, so good. I've spoke about it before on our podcast, where because we didn't have to qualify, every time we would get together, it would be a friendly, but we would always watch videos of Holland. And we were like, why are we watching Holland? Not just Holland, but mainly Holland. And he would say, at some stage, we're going to have to play Holland, and they've set the bar so high, because they were really good at that time.
Yeah.
And then look what happened. That epic result against the Dutch was just frightening, and it just shows you how much detail he put into stuff, and then for it to work was almost, he was just incredible.
Terry.
It was chalk and cheese man management, because
Really?
Arsene hated conflict. He hated that face-to-face conflict. If somebody had been left out of the team, then they wanted to speak to him after he'd named the team. He'd be like, "No, wait till Monday," and then on Monday he'd avoid them like you wouldn't believe. But with Terry, he would speak to you, and he would always chat to you. Even like when we're in the hotel, and we'd been in the hotel for weeks and that lot, and then he'd look over to me, like, "David, take him fishing." You know what I'm on about, don't you? Gaza. He says, "Take him fishing," because he's winding me up, and stuff like that, But he knew when, and he knew that it was the right time for me to take Gaza out to calm him down as well, So his man management skills were brilliant. But like I said, tactically, him and Wenger were really close. Okay. Because a lot of it, especially with Arsenal, a lot of it was all to do with how we played, and that was a little bit like that. Even I think it was against Scotland, when we were struggling a little bit, he took Stuart Pearce off, changed the formation, and put an extra body, put Jamie Redknapp in midfield, and it changed the whole game.
Do you
stuff
think he
like
gets
that.
enough credit for that as a tactician? Do you think he gets enough credit?
From what I've been hearing over the weekend, I think a lot of the players that have played for him are more, they're really aware of that. How good he was. I don't think many people are, because they see the side that, the England manager, the singer.
Yes.
Terry Venables getting up on stage and things. He was brilliant. Well, we say brilliant. He was good.
It's funny you should say that, actually, because
no one has a bad word to say about him.
No, nobody, and it's worldwide. When he went to Barcelona, look what he did there. Winning the league, and even went to Tottenham and won a trophy.
I know how hard that is.
So he was really good, and he was very special, and it's a sad loss, but I've just got fantastic memories of him, and I'm sure that a lot of other people have too.
I remember.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so during Euro '96, it was strange because obviously I was playing all right, and then people were saying asking Terry about what I was like, and I heard him, or he got quoted or something, and saying that I was like the best in the world, and I was like, don't say that, I don't want that pressure just yet, don't say that, and he was like, oh, okay, and didn't, and then after the tournament, after all that disappointment, only in losing the last game, but he actually wrote a handwritten letter to me, and I think he did it to some of the other squad as well, other players. And in it, it mentioned about, how good we'd been and what we'd achieved and everything. And at the end of the letter, he signed it off with, "And now I can say it, you're the best in the world."
Oh.
So it's just so nice, and just something so
That's
special.
Class.
Yeah.
That's proper, yeah. That's classy. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
No, the lads get it. The lads get it when, when you've got Terry Venables shouting, before the game, "Come on, guys, do it for the badge, do it for the Three Lions, do it for the country, do it for the fans." It means so much, He's been there and done it.
Yeah.
And it just felt, when it was, I only had Sven as my my foreign manager for, a few months and that, but, it just didn't, it wasn't the same, but Terry was the best at it. He could really get you going, and he didn't mind having a go at you at half time and everything. But he knew what he wanted and he knew what he could get out of the lads as well. I think that was one of his main assets, was that he knew the ability of the team.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't up to scratch, then he'd let you know. But just brilliant. A top bloke and, a real nice guy. And like I say, it'll be a real sad loss.